So this is an Elddis Explore 554, just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake, and we'll take you through these in person here on site. In the front locker you have your two gas bottle tie downs and your gas regulator on the bulkhead. The gas regulator is fixed to the bulkhead, as I just said, and then you've got your two gas bottle tie downs for two maximum of 6 kilo gas bottles. On each side of the van at the front you have your wind down legs to stabilise the caravan, and like I said, they are just there for stabilising, not lifting the caravan. You could actually damage the floor of the caravan if you lifted the caravan off the ground with these. You've then got your heating and hot water gas flue. You need to leave this uncovered at all times. You don't cover it up, you leave it open so it can breathe as it needs to. And then you've got your water pump connection that pushes into the side of the caravan and down inside the aqua roll. Battery, we put a battery on to demonstrate everything on board the van. That will be removed prior to the caravan leaving site, as it is just a demonstration battery. And then you've got your mains power lead coming out the side of the caravan, which connects to the power on site. We then got a fridge vent. Essentially these are there to allow hot air at the back of the fridge unit and take some cool air in. And on the top right hand side here you have the gas flue for the fridge when it is running on gas. Motor mover and wheel nuts, will demonstrate the motor mover while you're here on site, again hence why there's battery fitted at the moment, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts so you can see they have been tightened correctly. The back of the van, or towards the back of the van on the right hand side of it, you have the water outlets for the dirty water that's coming out of the van, so you put your 2 bits of grey pipe into those two connections and drop them down inside your waste master. Back of the van is here, you have your toilet flush tank, so you'll open this up and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. In the bottom you have your toilet waste cassette. You remove it by pulling up the orange handle and pulling the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out so you can tip the waste away, and the grey cap here is a measure for the blue fluid that goes in the cassette. On the back of the cassette you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you are tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. In that particular cassette you'll need to put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. At the back of the caravan again you have your wind down legs on either side of the rear, and they are just there for stabilising the caravan like I said before, and again you wouldn't lift the caravan with the back legs of the van. On the door side of the caravan you have a storage locker for underneath the bed at the rear. Then coming further down the caravan, again you have your wind down leg for this side of the caravan itself. Again, that is just for stabilising, not lifting. We go on to the inside of the caravan now. And up to the right hand side of the door you have the main control panel. So the control panel for the caravan has 4 switches on it, the master control panel. You have your master power switch for power on and off. You have your interior light, your awning light and your water pump run. At the top you also have a voltmeter to let you know what's in the battery on board the caravan. The control panel below that is the heating and hot water control panel, and I will come back to that in a moment. Just going to show you first of all where the master trip switches are for the caravan. And in this cupboard here you'll find your master trip switches. Now a little tip for you: if you arrive on site and you think there's no power coming into the caravan, come inside the caravan and hit the test switch. If that test switch drops down as it has just done, so as you can see it's at the bottom now, it actually means there is power coming into the caravan. However, if that stays in this up position as it is now, when you hit the test switch, it means there is no mains power coming into the van. Down at the bottom here, you have your 12 volt fuses. And as you can see, along the bottom, it does actually indicate what each of those fuses is for. And it also tells you on the top part there, we see the 10, 5 and 15, etc. what fuse should be in each of those places. And at the bottom you have got just a list there again of telling you what each one is for. If for instance a roof fan didn't work, you can change the fuse over to another 10 amp fuse and give that a go first. So that is your master control box for the caravan, or the mains power box for the caravan. I'm just going to move this cushions out the way in the corner here so I can show you where the drain down valve is first of all, before we fill the water system up. Down in the corner of this cabinet you will actually see there is a yellow valve down the side of this tank. Now to fill the water system up, that yellow valve needs to be parallel with the floor as it is at the moment. If that valve was pulled upright and pointing towards the camera, it would actually mean the water system is going to be drained down. It's very similar to the other style of yellow valve that you see in the caravans, the flick over valves, but that particular valve is just a different make. So like I said, when it's parallel with the floor as it is now, with the white section nearest the floor, it'll actually allow the system to drain down. If that white part is up towards the seat, then that will actually, be able to fill the system when it's down parallel with the floor, and if it's upright towards the bottom of the seat, like I said, it'll be draining the system down. So once that valve is parallel with the floor, you can come over to all the taps on board the caravan, and you open them all up on the hot side of the water system. As you can see, I've already filled the water system on this van. We're just going to take you through the process so you can see how it works. You'll then come over to your water pump switch once you've turned all the taps on, and you'll turn the water pump on. The red light will indicate that the pump is running. As you can see, the water system is filling. Once that water system is completely full, you can shut all of the taps back off on board the caravan. Like I said, you bleed the hot side. You don't need to worry about the cold side so much, but you'd bleed the hot side, which is the most important side. There's no air in the hot water tank on board the van. Shut all the taps down, and then you're ready to start heating the water on board the caravan. That is where this whale control panel comes in. Now you've got a tap symbol here on the end, which is actually the button for it. So you press the button once and it goes over to 500 watts of mains power to warm the water up on board the caravan. You press it again and it comes up with 1000 watts of power for the hot water system. If I press it again, you'll actually notice it goes over to gas. Now if it fails to ignite, there's actually a red light that appears, and I believe it just comes on down in this bottom corner on this particular control panel, and that will indicate that it has failed to ignite. You can then go over to 500 watts of power and gas at the same time, which is essentially the boost system for the water when you are running on electric. And again, you can do the same with 1000 watts of electric and gas at the same time to boost the water system while you're on site. And that is as simple as it gets for the hot water system. Down the bottom here, we've got the heating for the caravan. Now it's currently off. If I hit the button here, it'll go over to 500 watts of mains power, and then you can control the temperature of the heater on the button on the right hand side. Now obviously the higher that goes, the higher that red line comes along this graph, actually indicates the hotter the heating will be. If I press the button again, it'll go over to 1000 watts of power to run the heating system on. 2000 watts is the 3 lines, gas on its own, and gas and 1000 watts of electric as a combination. Again, if it fails to ignite, it will just bring on the red light down the bottom here to let you know it has failed to ignite on gas. So that is your heating and hot water system for this particular caravan. Next up, we're going to go to the fridge. Now the fridge on this van is again very simple to use. You've got power on and off on the right hand side. You've got power on, as you can see. At the moment we're connected to mains power, and we can control the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side. The more blue bars that are lit up over here means the colder the fridge will be. If you want to run the fridge on gas, you can actually select the gas option just here, and the fridge will self-ignite on gas as long as the gas bottle is turned on. However, if it fails to ignite, what it will do is it'll actually start flashing the blue pilot light just here and the red warning triangle on the right hand side. Like I said, if that is solid blue, then the fridge is ignited. Now we're going to go over to 12 volt mode. Now the 12 volt mode at the moment won't actually work as we're not connected to a car. The 12 volt mode is very simply there to use the fridge as a cool box as you are travelling down the road. You do not need to have the control panel on by the door. That can be turned off. And all you need to do is come inside the caravan, turn the fridge on, select battery mode once it's connected to the car, and like I said, it will just start chilling the cool box. Going into the back of the caravan now, and the last part of the caravan we're going to go through, the toilet system. Now the toilet system on this caravan is very simple to use. You've got an electric flush up on top of the toilet. You've got a red warning indicator light to let you know when the toilet waste cassette is completely full on board the caravan. The toilet seat itself actually turns for your convenience. So as you can see, it turns to different angles. But when you are removing the toilet cassette from the van, you need to make sure it's back in this central position as it is now. Down below the toilet, you have a grey handle. Now this grey handle, when it's pushed over towards the wall, actually allows the waste to go into the cassette underneath the van. If that cassette door was open, when you try to remove the cassette, it'd actually stop you, a bit like when the toilet seat is turned. So again, that is a lockout feature, essentially, so it doesn't allow you to remove the cassette. And the same with the grey handle while it is being used. So you'd have to shut that back off, and then you could remove the cassette. So that is the Elddis Explore 554. If you have any further questions on the van, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company. We appreciate the business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect your caravan. Thank you for now. Bye bye.